Alright, YouTube bears, welcome back. My name's Dave, like always, and you found do it yourself, do it right. Got my Common Motors hat on, standing in front of the blue bike. I recently had it up in the mountains of Georgia, North Georgia I should say. It's really the only place there are mountains in Georgia. And well, it ran kinda like crap. It sputtered and spit and just didn't sound, it just wasn't doing what it was supposed to do reliably at all times when I was up there. I was thinking it's a carburetor thing. I just kind of started taking it apart, and I think I might have found some issues that could have caused all that sputter. And so let's get into it. So a little bit of a heads up, it is Sunday. I didn't plan on working on the bike today. And this is a working household, so the washing machine is making some noise. And I apologize, but I wanted to show you guys what I found. And what I did was I took the points cover off to do a little bit of investigating before I decided what to do with the bike. I thought, like I said, I thought it was a carburetor issue. So I was gonna hook up my timing light and do some timing to see if that's the issue, which I'm still gonna do that. I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. But when I pulled the cover off, there was a bit of oil in the points cover, and well, in it, on it, under it, the plug. Kind of see the oil sheen there. You can see the oil all up in here, all under here. Don't worry about the oil under here. I know the gasket, the head gasket's leaking. It's gonna be fixed later on this year. And after I found all that, I saw these plugs. These plugs go, well, in here. This one goes up in here, right there, and the other plug goes right there. It's down here. And you can see that somebody has just caped the crap out of these plugs with some RTV. And you can see that, you know, they're super oily as well. And I just kind of touched them with my finger, kind of picked at them a little bit, and they just fell out, just like that one did. And when it falls out, you can see the oil just running out of this one. There's a little bit back here, but not as much as the forward one. With the oil coming out of these holes, I'm guessing, possibly, here, it's just a guess, with that oil, it could be splattering up on these points and making it runs fine, then kind of does its thing. I don't know if it would explain it not stuttering or running badly at low speed, but it can't help that, you know, there's oil all over these points. Also, while looking at these points, you know, again, doing some inspection, I can see that there's some corrosion. There's some pitting on that point, at least. I know that. I can see that. You probably can't get in there close enough. This one also. The points definitely can use some cleaning. So I'm going to grab some sandpaper and do that. Clean them up a little bit. I am also going to get some brake clean. Spray that oil out of there. Try to get that cleaned up. Peel the RTV off from these. I do have some Honda Bond. I bought this because I knew I was doing some cam chain tensioner upgrades later on this year. I knew this was leaking, the head gasket was leaking, so I bought some of that Honda Bond for all that, and I think it'll work for this also. So let's stop yakking and start working. I can hear the comments already for all you electronic ignition guys. You should put electronic ignition on. You wouldn't have to do that. It's true. I wouldn't have to. But the electronic ignition that I did have on my orange 360, it never stayed in time. Meaning it vibrated so much that it would just vibrate itself at a time. the little screws come loose. No matter how much Loctite I put on those screws, they still loosened up. I'd be riding down the road and it would just be like, it way worse than this. And then it would just shut off. It just wouldn't work right. I will say that it was a first gen. I'm not going to say the name of which first gen electronic ignition it was. So they may have worked the bugs out of it by now. I want to show you this paper once I'm done to reiterate how dirty these points were. Look how dirty that is right there on the edge. Might be a little bit of oil on that too. If you have one of these guys is electronic ignition and it's working good for you, let me know. Put a comment, block below. This bike, when I bought it, had electronic ignition on it. It had a Pamco. It worked for about 2 days. And then it died. The bike wouldn't run at all. Oh yeah, look how dirty that is. Man, maybe it's the points themselves. Look how dirty that. Whew. I didn't think the points were that dirty.
A few moments later.
I'm kind of surprised at all with the crap that I'm getting on this sandpaper that the bike ran at all. I mean, I'm fold them over and still getting some nastiness. Got those pretty clean. Took me a little bit. Let's see if I can get this rag up in here a little bit. Try to soak up some of this oil. If you don't clean the oil off, it's just not going to adhere. Even this Honda Bond stuff is not going to adhere to oily, slick, dirty surfaces. The Honda Bond, the direction says you put a little bit on one surface, a little bit on the other surface. You let it dry for just a second, kind of like 1300L adhesive. You let it dry on both surfaces and then you stick it together, and it says it creates a semi-dry liquid gasket. That's what the packaging says anyway. Oh, we might have to cut this RTV off. Oh, that's kind of hard, maybe. Got the inside here nice and clean. Used a rag. Of course, now the washing machine's gonna make a bunch of noise. I'm gonna put a nice thin layer, like it says, up in here on the mating surface. Oh yeah, it's just like 1300L, I guess. It's kind of sticky. And do that side, do the aft side. I'm gonna put a nice liberal coat, but not as much as the last guy. Now, full disclosure, I didn't have any brake clean, so I used my choke and carb cleaner to get all the oil and debris off from the stuff. So hopefully that works. It says let it sit, dry for a minute. As you can see, it's kind of sticky. I'm just gonna jam it up in there.
That's what she said.
Hopefully it holds. Hopefully it seals. Hopefully I don't get any more oil all over my points. I may have gotten a little bit much on this one. Here we go. I don't have high hopes. Doesn't feel solid. When in doubt, put a little bit more on, I guess. I basically did what the last guy did, was, you know, just throw as much of it as you can on there. Hopefully it sticks. Since I fudged around with the points, I'm going to check to make sure that the bike still has spark. Plugs are rather black, running really rich. There's spark. I'd like to see it bluer. Got a lot of spark coming off from the old points here. That's usually an indication that your condenser's going bad. Go check the other side. It's blue. It's pretty strong. Lots of spark there. We definitely didn't lose spark, so I'm going to throw the plugs back in. I'm going to get my timing light, hook it up, hit it, check the timing before I get rolling with this timing light. If you're new to CB360s, and I've seen this question a bunch on the forums, on Facebook, the groups, when you take this cover off, this points cover, there will be oil in it. That oil is okay. That's not a problem. You do not have a leaking seal. That's just the way it is. There's oil in there, okay? When doing timing with a timing light, I mean like a light when you got everything disconnected and you're hooked in and you're doing you're doing your firing mark and all that good stuff. People have asked a couple of times, how do I keep it from popping over? Well, I use a wrench. Hold it. Well, let me show you. Let me turn it off so it doesn't try to start. When you come up against compression, you're coming up to the firing mark, which by the way is your F right here, and it lines up with the mark over here. You just kind of get it up close, hold it, and then you hold pressure with your wrench. I kind of turn it with my hand and I hold back pressure with the wrench so it doesn't pop over. Some people are having an issue trying to figure out how to get that done. So that's how you do it with a wrench. You can use a socket, you can use a breaker bar, just so it just doesn't go, because it will go because of all the spring pressure. All right, let's get this thing started up. When I start it, there will be oil coming out of this thing. It just happens. Just the way it is. Just what it does. You're gonna lose a little bit of oil. Oh well. Give her a little choke. This bike always sounds good. Gonna get the idle up a little bit. Here's your ear. I got the probe on the number 1. It's actually a little late, so I don't know if I'm fast enough. Give it a little bit more. There we go. Actually a little bit retarded. It's a little late. I don't know if you can get it on the camera or not. Until I get the other side adjusted also. That's perfect right there. But I have a feeling once I tighten this, it's gonna go. Yeah, speeding up. Oh, there we go. That's perfect. Whew. Let's put it on the other side. Not bad. is like just a hair. Sometimes when you tighten them up, you get them right exact. Oh, look at that. Brings it right to where it's supposed to be. That's dead nuts on. Whew, she's hot. There's oil all over. We got smoke. I'm surprised we haven't gotten fire yet. I know what some of you are probably thinking. You're probably thinking, well, that's not the way you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to do this and do that, and oh yeah, that is hot. You're supposed to you know, run a timing light and turn it over and do that, and to that I say yes, if you're setting it from the start. Like if you've done the whole cam chain, the whole valve adjustments, all that good stuff. Yes, I will say that oh boy, I think they started to move out. Not sure those plugs are going to work. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Yes, you should start and do the whole timing light, unplug your points, do this and that. What I'm saying is mine was already really close and I just needed to make some fine-tune adjustments. And to do that, I'm totally fine with hooking up the light, making sure it's doing it per the light, making sure the, you know, the lines are marking, you know, the lines are meeting up the way they're supposed to. Now when I tear it all down, redo the head and gaskets and all that good stuff, then yes, I will go through and do it that way, get it close, and then fine-tune it with my light. That's how I like to do it. As always, let's take this thing for a ride, see if I fix the issue, or I could actually catch the issue on camera, because you guys haven't seen it yet. Well, that's a bummer. It's only running on one cylinder, eh? I want to show you something that I've ran into a couple times in the past. It was running on one cylinder, left side was dead. When I put the cover back on it, the points cover, I must have hit this left hand wire here with the cover, and it pushes it in and it grounds it out, and you don't get any spark. So I got my little 5.5 millimeter. That little nut was rather loose, so I tightened it up. And well, when I put it back on, I'm going to make sure that it goes on nice and easy, and I can screw it down. And I'm going to make sure that the bike runs right before I take it back off the lift to take it back outside to see if I fix the other problem. Now I got the points stop grounding out. She's firing on both cylinders. So let's take her for a spin. See if she still sputters. So far, so good. Oh boy, we might get wet. No sputter there. She was sputtering when I tried to maintain speed. That's 30, maintaining 30. Get a better idea out here on the main road. Go ahead and turn my lights on so the police don't pull me over. Alright, here we go. Let's try to maintain 30. That's 35. Alright, that's 40. No sputtering yet. .45. Let's get up into 6th gear. There we go. Now it's sputtering. Wow, it's really sputtering now. Oh, I wonder if it's because I got the fuel turned off. Shit. Hey, it runs better when the fuel's not turned off. Oh boy, somebody lost her in the tweeters. Look at those marks. Oh yeah. Oh man, somebody really hammered that. Woo! Took a chunk out of the concrete. Wow, look at it. They got skid marks all through here. Woo! Bam, bam. Oh, they hit the curb over there too. Man, I don't know if you guys can see. They whacked the curb there. Wow, that's what they get for acting at full speed limit. It's only 45. I mean, you can see the wham, bam, hit the curb there up over the center. Oh, it hit the curb down there. Woo! Alright, that's some dark clouds. No sputter whatsoever. I don't feel like getting caught in a downpour. She accelerates up through the gears rather well. That's 55. These skid marks make me laugh, man. But people drive up and down this road way too fast. They used to hit the trees. There used to all be trees through here. They used to come this way and miss the basically a 90-degree left-hand turn, and they'd run into the trees. It's funny to see it the other way. Let's see if I can sit here and just coast. Or just cruise, I should say. Yeah, now it's sputtering again. Well, is it 100% fixed? No. Is it 95% fixed? I think so. I think there's junk in the carburetor. I have to pull those off. Give them a good cleaning. It's been a while. Like I said in my adventure video where I had it up in North Georgia, it's been a while since the carburetors have been cleaned on this old girl. So it definitely wouldn't hurt. Is it rideable right now? Yeah, of course. It's not going to die. It's not going to conk out on the side of the road. Are there other issues? Yes, I've identified another issue. The left fork seal is now starting to seep. The brakes, I think, need a good bleeding again. Just normal maintenance that these old Hondas require. After a while, they just need to be worked on. If you like old bikes, you guys know that you just can't sit and ride them. You got to tinker on them also. If you're the guy that bought a project to work with your son and think, once I get it up and running, that's it, you're mistaken. These things require time, they require money, they require energy, and you know, if you don't love it, you're gonna hate it. Let's be honest. If you don't love tinkering on the bike and all you want to do is hit the key, hit the button, start it and ride, an old vintage bike is not for you. You need to go buy yourself a new motorcycle to where you can do that. Just let it sit in the garage for a couple weeks, start it, ride it, be happy, be fun, be merry. If you want an old bike, that's not how it's going to be. It's going to be that sometimes. When you get it running right, it'll run good for a while. It's probably been a good year and a half, almost maybe probably 2 years since I've really worked on this motorcycle. So, like I said, you want an old bike, you're going to tinker on it. You're going to learn. You're going to figure it out. And you're going to enjoy it. It's very enjoyable to ride an old bike around. A lot of people see it. A lot of people give you a thumbs up. A lot of people talk to you about them. It's fun. It really is. So if you're into these old bikes and you want to keep along, you want to keep up with my channel, because this thing is definitely going to need more work, give me a like, tag, share, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and like always, till next time, thanks a lot.